Live budget speech on Wednesday at 1400 hours.
Broadcasting to you from the beautiful mother city. It's been so good being here. I was here last week, here again today. So lovely. Although I have to tell you, I even feel guilty brushing my teeth with water. It's really devastating, I must say. I'm wondering if the minister actually will mention that today in the budget speech and how they're going to deal with the water crisis that's affecting many, many provinces. It's a national disaster, and I'm sure something like that will be mentioned. So that's happening 2 o'clock. It's the budget day, and all eyes once again focusing in on the National Assembly as our Minister Malusi Gigaba will be standing up and delivering it. Well, something the Finance Minister actually launched yesterday is something called Imali Yethu. It's an initiative. It's a coalition of civil society organizations that work with Treasury to make budget information more accessible and user-friendly. So to tell us a little bit how it works, we are joined now by Zukiswa Kota. She's the head of advocacy at Public Service Accountability Monitor and the lead co-ordinator for the newly formed Imali Yethu. So good to have you on the program, which of course means our money, which is a nice name for our money, isn't it?
Very happy to be here. Thank you for having us and for the opportunity.
Absolute pleasure. Thank you very much for coming. So first tell me, who is the Public Service Accountability Monitor?
So we are one of the organizations that form part of the coalition of Imali Yethu. We're based in Grahamstown, and our work really looks at tracking the use of public resources and strengthening the use of public resources through various types of research, and our interest really is in strengthening our democracy. So we do a wide range of activities to further that cause, but we are one of the organizations in the coalition.
Can you sort of tell us who the other organizations are, besides obviously Treasury?
Yeah. So in partnership with the National Treasury, Imali Yethu is comprised of, there's Equal Education Law Centre, there's the Studies in Poverty and Inequality Institute, there's an organisation also based in Grahamstown called MobiSam. We have colleagues from the Right to Know campaign, and I hope I don't forget anyone. We've got the Open Democracy and Advice Centre, ODAC, also based in Cape Town, and yeah, Section 27 based in Gauteng. So it's a broad range of organisation, all of whom are really, wanting to strengthen our use of resources.
Fantastic. I mean, it sounds really good. So I suppose the question now is, how is it going to work, and what is actually the function of this?
Yeah, so what the Minister launched yesterday was a result of this coalition and the partnership with Treasury, which is called Vulega Mali, and that's an online budget data portal. And the role of the partnership is to ensure, for example, that budget information is made more accessible, that budget information is presented in formats that are more engaging for the users, the public, for the youth, and not just that, so to also enhance the range of the types of budget data that's made available beyond just website access. So it's quite an exciting project, and the project itself is called Vulega Mali, which is essentially open the money or open our money.
How will you actually, from the independent point of view that you've always served, be the monitor now of government? Because I mean that's pretty much so what you do. So when you're working with them, how do you sort of remove yourself and still hold them accountable and monitor what they do?
Yeah, that's a fantastic question, Leanne. And I think it's one of the kind of motivating factors is the sense that in order to ensure that we work towards better transparency and better resource governance and ultimately service delivery, you can't have the state working alone. So there's civic actors who can strengthen the work of the state, the work of government. So our independence isn't lost by partnering with government. It's much the same of the kind of work we've always been doing to strengthen processes. And so our critical view on the project, or our critical view, is very much maintained because we're not, so still independently funded. And the collaboration is really based on this need to ensure that we have greater transparency, greater governance, and a meaningful partnership.
Yeah. Who is your target market?
Everyone. So anyone who has any interest in how their money, their taxes are used, that's the target. Anyone who wants to see that responses to needs in education. So looking at schools, is money being spent the way it should be? Do the public have views on how certain funds could be used better, how certain delivery on projects could be enhanced, performance could be improved? So it's a range of that, and centered around the budget, and centered around budget information. So essentially anyone has a vested interest in this kind of work or in this project.
Yeah. And they can use the portal all year round? Is it something that's there? Obviously, I mean, this is a big time for you around the budget, but I mean, is it the only time that you're around and active?
It's a great question as well. So I mean, the exciting thing about it being launched just, around the budget time is to exactly put the focus on this new project. But the idea is that it's still to grow. So we've got 2.5 years still to go on the project, and as the project grows, we're hoping to get more and more input from the public to make this portal, so this online data, more accessible and kind of more meaningful, to people's needs. So it's not just about the work around the budget day. It's every single day throughout the year in various formats, activities in a wide range of sectors across province. So it's every day essentially. It's not just around budget day.
Awesome. Thank you for talking to us. It's good to see you, and wonderful that you are on this initiative, and we look forward to seeing what becomes of it. So thanks so much for talking to us. Zukiswa Kota is the head of advocacy and public service accountability monitor, and is also head coordinator for the newly launched Imali Yethu. We are here outside the National Assembly, and we are watching all these cars coming in to see some of the MPs and ministers and politicians that are making their way in here. One thing I can tell you is it's very difficult to see through tinted windows. So we've got a team of our producers looking through those windows to see who's coming in. I'm not sure we're being too successful. Tinting windows is a good business here in the Cape. So keep it in mind if you're looking for something to do. Tinting politicians' windows. What a nice thing to do. Okay, we're going to now go back to the